Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, did I have the raging up the other day. I was so pissed off, it was unbelievable. If you want a little bit of context to this, have a look at this little bit of footage here. Well, this is little old me. It's 10 to midnight, and despite a promise of a cab home from what we thought was a reliable cab service, I'm now most of the way into a 2 to 3 mile walk. And when I phoned another firm to see how they were coping, they told me that they've got 40 jobs to cover and there's only 20 drivers on. What damage has the pandemic done to the private hire and hackney industry in this country? Where have all the drivers gone? Well, I'll tell you from my own experience. Yes, as you can see, I was let down by a person who promised that they'd provide a taxi home to me. That's neither here nor there. These things happen. We'll know better next time. But what got me was the sheer difficulty in getting hold of another cab from another firm. It was just nigh on impossible. And you have to wonder, what the hell's going on? And is it going on everywhere else? How do everybody? Welcome back to the channel for a Monday. Hope you're doing all right. I'm not too bad. I'm at Gatwick Airport right now. Wonderful to see everybody in the live stream last night. It was great. We had more numbers than usual, and I hope it continues. Welcome to all the new subscribers, and thank you to all the people that have been here for a long time. Good to see you. And I will be back on later on tonight, so we'll have some more fun and a bit of a chat then. Well, on to the story. I tell you, just to put your mind at rest, I did get a taxi home in the end. Look. Yes, that was my wife. She came and got me late at night. Not ideal situation, to be honest with you. Not ideal at all, but it had to happen that way, and I did manage to walk most of the way home. But what the hell's going on with cabs and cab driving in our area particularly? Is it happening everywhere else? I think the problem existed right at the stage of, you know, when everything went to shit in 2020. Me personally, I lost somewhere in the region of £20,000 worth of airport work very, very quickly indeed. So you can imagine when everybody was told to stay at home, protect the NHS and save lives, a lot of the cab drivers suddenly found themselves with no work at all. So then they have to think, oh, what else could we do? And I asked myself this question as well. And I thought, do I go back and do what I used to do, go on the town? No, that's not going to work, because people are at home and there's not going to be the custom. Businesses are shut, so there's not going to be the custom. So I went and did the Just Eat and the Uber Eats and all the rest of it, and started this YouTube channel going, which you obviously know today. As soon as my airport business picked up again, there I was, and as I said at the beginning, I'm back at Gatwick now. But what happens, an awful lot of taxi drivers have suddenly realised, hang on, we might be better off here, because as a taxi driver, right, when you work for a company, you have a car, and you have to have a half decent car with the insurance and all that sort of thing. You have to have the insurance, as I mentioned, which can be quite expensive because you need public liability cover on it. You pay a fee called a circuit fee to the people at the firm that you work for, and inevitably that can be somewhere in the region of £100 plus every week, particularly in our area where we work. And then you've obviously got fuel and car maintenance and everything else as well, so it adds up. But when you go on the food, you can do it in an old banger. The insurance is a lot cheaper because you don't need public liability. You're not paying a fee. There's no arseholes on a Saturday night to deal with. And, you know, generally they pay a little bit higher as well. So naturally, all of these taxi drivers, they don't come back. They don't come back. And you have the problem like I had the other night. I spoke to one firm and they said they had 40 jobs to cover. and only 20 drivers on. Imagine that. Let me know what it's like in your area. Is it as disastrous as mine? I mean, Jesus Christ, if it weren't for my wife bailing me out the other night, I don't know what would have happened. I might have had to walk the whole way, heaven forbid. I'm losing one of my chins, by the way, so I'm quite happy about that. Anyway, see you later. Toodaloo.